I've bought a £700 golf shaft. Yeah, a £700 golf shaft. I'm going to test this new shaft on the course, in my hitting bay, and while playing with it. I'm going to give it a good 2 weeks of testing to give you the full lowdown on if a £700 shaft can help me hit the ball further, carry it longer, get more ball speed, get this energy transfer from this secret Korean technology. So I've bought this golf shaft. It's an Autoflex golf shaft. What Autoflex say is that it optimizes energy transfer to help increase ball speed, carry distance, maybe roll out. And I know the shaft question just roars on, so I thought, let's go up the top, test the best. Going to test it to my stock shaft. Let's kick it off with how did it feel in my hand and the looks of this thing. So initial feels just in the hands, it feels light. I'm used to this weight. I've gained it. It feels like my Zexio driver that has a 47 gram shaft in. That's what it feels like. And you do like the waggle thing. You move it around to see what it feels like, and you feel like you can see it like moving, which I really like these things in a shaft. They're definitely things that scare people. People don't like to do that and see the club waggling because they think like the face is going to be left open or flip closed and their dispersion is going to be like wild. For me, I like that. I always have done. Am I going to notice any difference in the feel? I can't imagine it's going to affect the feel of my head. No, head feels exactly the same, club head. The shaft just feels like light. It does feel friendly. Like I like that thing moving around. It just feels like it's gonna catch up and I'm gonna be able to feel the face at the end of it, no matter that it's moving around like a fishing rod a little bit. Like I went for the rainbow, for the fun. Like this is me all over. I love that. I could absolutely game this, and I'm absolutely tempted to game it just because it's a load of money, and people who know will go, oh, he's got one of those really expensive shafts, and people who don't will be going, what is that shaft in that golf club? I like a bit of that. I mean, it's fantastic. I love the rainbow. You don't have to get rainbows. That's just like a special edition maybe. I mean, they're two good drives. Like, good numbers as well. Feels great. Like, oh, they are good numbers. Feels really, really good. But again, I'm so used to this kind of lightweight shaft with a bit of feel of giving it. I do think lots of people will pick that up. If you put it in their hands, they'll be like, whoa, I can't hit that. Be interesting to see how they come out over time. So to kick performance off, I started with miss hits on my warm-up numbers. So you can see I swung both clubs at the same speed. I delivered pretty much the same loft with both clubs. When I say clubs, same head, different shaft. And you can see I'm hitting a variation of strikes all across the face as I try to get to speed. Because obviously when you play, you're going to hit great shots and bad shots. How does it perform top end, which we're going to show you, but also how does it perform across the miss hits. Ball speed with the Autoflex to my standard shaft was pretty much identical, about 1 mile an hour in it. Launch angle sustained. The spin rate with both clubs was almost identical, and the carry was 1 yard's difference. And you could see the deviation of the carry was also exactly the same. I saw no benefit for the expensive shaft over my standard shaft. Like, they were pretty much on miss hits, no benefit at all. Like, if you're investing it for that, maybe save your money. So I ordered this shaft online. It was very, very simple to do. Obviously, getting it fit for you would be more complicated subject to where you are in the world and if you get access to testing these different shafts. Now, I've got experience in light shafts. I've been banging this drum for years because I use light shafts and have done some testing with light shafts. So I knew kind of what I needed from this club. The process was super simple. You can choose the neck you want subject to the club. You can buy the head with it. Like, you could buy the whole club. You can choose the grip. Like buying any custom fit club, all the different options were there, and they were full and they were extensive. The thing that wasn't so easy was spending £695 on this shaft, but it was a click of the button, pay, and then they emailed straight away confirming the order. I got an email confirming when it would be delivered. The turnaround was 2 or 3 days. I was impressed. Like, the service was really good. When the product came in a nice big tube. It was very well protected, really well wrapped. It comes in a little sheath as well. Like, it's a high-end product and you feel like it is when it came. And I'm not really much of a shaftoid in clubs, but when this club came and I saw it, or this shaft I should say, like, it was fantastic. I could see if this really liked your lemon, like the whole process
was very good, and you felt like you were getting a luxury item. Obviously, it falls down on how you hit shots and tests with this club, which is not what this video is about. I'm sure there's options, but there isn't going to be many compared to what you're getting from other manufacturers. So performance on the golf course was how I wanted it. Like I said earlier, the feel was great. The looks were fantastic. Was I further down holes? Not really, but just playing a few holes with this club is more going to be about the feel. This is why I'm showing you the bigger data capture, like I said, to try and get deeper down the rabbit hole and if it's actually making a difference. To try and see if a shaft like this makes a difference on the golf course. Apart from feel, you're going to need to play with it for a season, maybe two, to get possibly the incremental differences if they're there. I certainly didn't see massive jumps out on the course, but I did, again, love the way it looked, and I absolutely love the way it feels. So top end performance, will this club do what it's meant to do? You can see I'm now swinging the club faster. We're up to 114 miles an hour with each. It's 0.5 difference. They swung at the same speed with the two shafts. You can see the dynamic loft. So the loft I deliver at impact, both 14 degrees with both shafts, which they should be. I'm trying to make the test as fair as possible over the amount of shots I've hit, but also by matching them, getting them in effect both fit as well as they can for me. Now we're at full speed. What's coming out of these distances? Well, the spin was pretty much exactly the same. We're talking less than 100 revs between the two clubs, and both spinning around the 2-1 mark, which is great for maxing out my distance. Launch angle, both around 13 degrees. Again, as expected, I'm trying to give them a fair test, like for like. Ball speeds, I'm going to call them identical. If anything, my driver was half a mile an hour slower on average than the Autoflex, but try finding that on the golf course. Now the distance. We want the cheat code. We want these clubs that allow us to make golf easier, and this shaft is built to make me get more distance. I've certainly really enjoyed the feel of it. Like, I'm tempted to game it just because I like the feel and I love the colour. Which one went further? Wow, my driver, 288 carry. That's my driver, my shaft. My driver with the Autoflex, 286 carry. We all want cheats, don't we? I love the look and the feel, and I like the way it kind of sounds with the feel. But if you want real clubs that give you the cheat code to help you lower your scores, I've made a video here of 5 clubs you should consider playing if you're struggling in any way with your golf.